All right, just a couple other things on the injury front. Just Tyreek is the same, making improvement, but the same. And then LaShawn McCoy and has a ankle sprain, and Damian Williams has a bruise on his knee, bone bruise on his knee. So we'll just see how it goes here with time. So look forward to the challenge of playing the Ravens. We know they're a good football team, and we'll get ourselves right this week. Starts today, so go out and practice and go through the steps it takes to get ourselves ready to play. So that time's yours.
With Eric, he was injured Friday and then tried to give it a go. Did he hurt himself further, or is just kind of aggravated? What's it say about him that he wanted to go play though and try to give it that shot?
It's a tribute to him. But he didn't hurt any worse. I mean, it's one of those deals. So
on that front, Coach, how did you think Cam did, left tackle?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. He had a solid game and started off with a little shaky one there at the beginning, but after that he finished it up real well.
Andy, with guys that have this particular injury, it seems that takes maybe a month or two, but they can possibly return. There's been conversations about whether Eric would be on the IR to come back, or you just have to sort of see how it goes tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll just see how it goes.
Coach, switching gears and home opener, I mean, I imagine coming in 2-0, you're pretty excited about playing it.
Yeah, we love playing here. So we got great fans. They've traveled all over the country here, literally, to watch us play the last couple of weeks. So it's great to have it here at home where we'll get Arrowhead packed up and ready to go.
Andy, what's the plan for McCoy and Damian Williams today? Are they going to practice?
McCoy might do a little bit, but Damian won't.
What traits does Earl Thomas offer that kind of complicates what you guys are trying to do?
Well, you're talking about an all-pro player, so good football player, and smart. So he's a good player, playing well right now.
Does their defense look different? They got a couple of different personnel guys. Are they kind of playing the same way though?
Yeah, it's similar. Yeah, the scheme's the same. They just, they do a great job of kind of replacing guys, and that's what they've done. And they're playing at a high level.
What have you seen from their quarterback the first couple of games this year? The competition's a little bit different, but it looks like he's maybe taking that step.
Yeah, so I liked him a lot coming out of college, and so I mentioned that back then. And he's playing well and does a lot of things well. I mean, everybody kind of goes to his run game, but he can throw the football, and he's doing it with accuracy, and he does it from all the different levels of whether it's on a rollout manner or whether it's in the pocket. He's got it down.
Did they have in your opinion, watching them this year versus last year, are there more collection of talented players around Lamar that's allowed him to play slightly better than everybody has shown a year ago?
Yeah, I think it's him. He's got talent around him for sure, but the way that he's playing, it's slowed down for him. He sees it, and his reads are great, and he's doing all those little things that end up being big things. But he's got command of that offense.
Andy, how dangerous is the Ravens kind of play action game with Lamar?
Well, they've got a good runner there too, or two. So they can pound it, and then they take advantage of that with a play action game. So,
Coach, back in the day, throwing the ball around was kind of the change-up. The NFL was a running game. You had to play the Seahawks and Ravens last year, the two best rushing teams. Is that now the hard thing to prep for? Kind of like, wishbone,
Yeah, listen, most defensive guys start there. I mean, that's where they start with the run game, and then they kind of progress into the pass game. And I don't think that part's changed that I can see. I mean, you talk to defensive guys, or you listen to defensive coaches when they talk, and we got to stop the run, So it's still, I think it's still the same thought there. And even the RPO teams, they're running the football first, and then coming back to throw the football. So.
Andy, a general football strategy question. Just curious, if you score a touchdown, you're down 1 last minute of the game, you got to decide to either kick the field goal, kick the extra point, or go for 2. Like, when you're making that decision for what you want to do, is that like a gut call, or do you use data? Like, what are the different factors you consider?
Well, you have all of that, plus you get a feel of how the game is going. I guess that would be the gut the gut call, but and then I mean, you evaluate where you're at and those element, everything. You put it kind of in a hopper and you come up with it, and then analytics is also part.
And you've been doing this a long time, and it seems like there's been a little bit of a rise in teams kind of going for two. Like now that they've been able to, like is there like a reason why teams seem to be doing it? Is it analytics or guys gambling more? What do you think it is?
Yeah, probably situational. What they think if they feel like they can score, they're going to do it. Yeah, and the analytics are big. I mean, that's a lot of people use those and go by them. You know.
Coach, I know Arrowhead we saw in the preseason, got to see him, seen a little bit of him in the regular season, but a lot of, the running back's responsibility is the protection, and that's something that takes a little time sometimes for running backs to get down what they've got to do. Are you comfortable where he is?
Yeah, no, he's sharp. He's a very intelligent kid, so I don't worry about him playing. I look at him like he's a starter. I mean, he played last year for us, and if he has to get in and play, that's not a problem at all.
Does it change based on the size? I mean, he's not as big as some of the other guys.
Oh, hold on. Which one are we talking about?
Jalen Thompson.
Oh, Thompson. I'm sorry. I was on the Williams.
Oh, no, I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so, Darrell Williams, I'm good with Darrell. Thompson does it, no, not really. As long as I feel like he knows what he's doing, I'm good with it. So,
The challenge, though, size-wise, does he have to be better, more technically sound, or? I know you're not asking those guys.
No, listen, I was around Brian Westbrook for a number of years, and they're the same size, and so Brian would come up and fill it as well as anybody, and this kid's wired like that. I mean, he'll stick it up in there and hit you. So it's just a matter of seeing it. So he's young, so he hasn't seen everything that there is to see, but he's getting there. I feel comfortable with him in there. Yeah.
And what would you like most about your defense, week 1 to week 2?
Yeah, and I think this is probably general of the team. We get the 2 drives that took place easily, could have hung our heads, and I think they stepped up and just kind of put their foot down and said, listen, we're not doing this. We're going to tighten this thing up here. And, I was impressed with that. Very easily that could have gone the other way. And they didn't do that. So there was a little bit of team building there and certain mentality that you like to see from a coaching standpoint. But I thought, overall they've done better against the run than what we were doing before. But we've got to continue on getting better. I think the more familiar we get with the defense, it even picks up a little bit.
Coach, Pat helped send the game into OT last year, week 11, against the Ravens after he converted a big 4th and 9 late in the 4th. What is it about Mahomes that makes him so special and kind of those do-or-die moments?
Yeah, I mean, the simple answer is that he makes plays during that time. He doesn't shy away from it. You got a knack for that. The guys around him trust him that he's going to do something. And then the one we're talking about was with Tyreek throwing it back. Tyreek never quit on that play. I mean, he kept working, and that's a trust. That's where that trust comes in between the two of them.
Coach, you're
Couple more guys.
Coach, you're familiar with Coach Harbaugh. The time you spent in Philly, is there any different feeling that you get going up against someone that said he owes a lot of his coaching success to you?
Yeah, he's a phenomenal coach. He's a good friend. I mean, I had that last week too, so I mean, it's the same. But he, listen, I love playing against them because I know they're well coached and they've got good players. So, I mean, we do this for the challenge of, that experience on Sunday. So I look forward to always playing those guys, but when you're going, you're kind of into the game and what you got to do adjustment-wise. That's all.
I know you prepared for a lot of different scenarios and practices and training camp, but with starting a game without Eric Fisher, would there be a possibility of moving Mitchell Schwartz over, or would you just go with Cam and other options?
Well, Cam's practiced there, and done that, so I mean we're comfortable with Cam in there, but we do have that flexibility to do that if we need to, But
You and your staff, Greg Lewis included, have done such a good job developing Tyreek. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown gets a lot of comparisons because of the speed and the size. Do you see some of those similar traits that maybe you saw back with Earl, and you think he could develop a weapon like that?
Sure. Yeah. No, he's got good speed, quickness. Looks like he and the quarterback have a good relationship, which is important in that. So, I mean, he's a talented kid. Yeah.
Karen.
Coach, Dustin Colquitt could be like the all-time appearance maker for the Chiefs. What is it about him? Does he drink from the fountain of youth, or what do you see in him that has preserved his career?
Yeah, well, he keeps himself in great shape, and he works at his craft there. Now, he comes from a family that understands this, his dad, so, and his brother being part of that too. But I think that he works it, he keeps his body right.
Nate, Andy, from your core cornerbacks, Kendall, Shad, Travarius, what did you see progression-wise from week 1 to week 2, particularly getting some turnovers there in the second half?
Yeah, I was happy for that. I mean, that turnover is a big part of this game, and in general. So, I mean, for the fact that they played the ball well in the air, I thought that was good, and there was another part of that with the pressure. So I think all those things kind of came together, but the main thing was that they made the catch and played the ball well.
Is that an area where this defense can grow maybe more than people anticipate just because
Or
of
young,
sort of the
yeah.
communication that's necessary in the back end?
Yeah, that and when we're young, one of the spots there. So, yeah.
Sam?
Maybe with the run game, when it's not, I guess, particularly effective, is there as much urgency to make sure you have that going as maybe there was 5-10 years ago?
Well, you want it to go. I mean, it's not something that you don't want it to work. But if a defense is doing that, then it's hard for them to do everything. So we don't care. I mean, if you're going to do that, then we're going to do this. We don't fight that. I mean, we're not going to bang our head up against the wall on that. We're going to try to find, the trick is trying to find what's going to work at that time, whether it's run, pass, whatever it is.
Andy,
All right, Adam, and then last one right here. Go ahead, Adam.
Andy, what do you know about your new offensive tackle?
I don't know much.
Anything at
No, I don't know much. I know he showed up today, and Veach likes him. So. But I haven't had a chance to see him do his thing. So.
And this is probably a question you're going to say it's more of a Brett Veach, but there's a lot of talk out there. Jalen Ramsey, cornerback you guys just faced a couple weeks ago, wants to be traded. Brett Veach came to you and said, would you like to have this player? What would your answer be to that?
Oh, Brett does all that. I mean, he allows me to concentrate on the football part. I mean, that's just where we're at. And then speculation, I mean, I don't go there with all that.
All right.
So.